Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your August 2025 reading. We're going to get started by getting a picture of the overall energy you're going to be working with in August. Okay? So Spirit, what do you have for Sagittarius? Okay. My goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're starting with the 6 of Pentacles. So you're either going to be in the giving, you're going to be able to give of your time, money, or energy in August, or you're going to be on the receiving end. Somebody is going to give you a gift of time, energy, or money for August, okay? But as I always say with this card, it's not necessarily what you want, but Spirit will provide you with what you need, okay? So keep that in mind, Sagittarius. We also got the Lovers. So I'm feeling like there's going to be beautiful connections in August. You're really going to find your people in August, either through friendships, new relationships, new romantic relationships, or a rekindling of old friendships. Whatever it looks like, there's going to be a real feeling of connections for August. And something about these connections, as these two images, I'm drawn to the fact that they're both looking up to the angel there. These connections are helping you reach a new level, a new vibration, closer to your higher self, closer to Spirit. Each other are helping get level up in life, is what I'm getting. You also got the Magician, learning to make your own reality work for you, using your own personal power to reach those higher levels. I'm kind of drawn to also the Magician and the Lovers card. As he says, as above, so below. Like I said, it feels like the man and the woman at the bottom are connecting with higher self. It feels like your Magician energy is going to help you connect with being closer to Spirit, okay? And hearing Spirit's divine messages in August. And with those messages comes the High Priestess. So something sacred, some sort of wisdom, some sort of special secret is going to be revealed to you. There's a lot of magic happening here in August, okay? But I feel there's a side note here of listening in quietly, okay? Because the High Priestess she's not boastful, she's not in your face. It's something very subtle to look for, okay? And you will be able to connect with what your higher self is trying to say through being the vessel in the Magician, and to apply the secret to your life, okay? I really feel those 3 cards are really connected, okay? And perhaps you'll be able to help others with this wisdom that you will attain, or someone will be able to help you with that. Because remember, the Lovers card is saying 2 sides are helping each other reach a higher vibration. So keep that in mind, Sagittarius. That's a beautiful start to our reading here. But let's solidify these 4 cards, Spirit. Whoa, that came flying out and landed right in the middle. Okay, so the Moon in reverse. Okay. So again, there's something to do with the subconscious, something sacred, something intuitive. With this, again, High Priestess and Magician around the moon. Okay, magic is yours in August, or you can make the magic happen with something that is going to be revealed to you, that it's coming from the subconscious to the consciousness. All right? And there's some sort of sharing of this wisdom through your time, energy, or perhaps your finances, okay? But let's get you some more blessings. Okay, that's a blessing in itself. Thank you, Spirit. But let's see what else. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, and you got the 7 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Sevens are prominent here in your blessings. And you also got the 2 of Swords. Okay, so there's something that you've worked really hard for, okay? And it's not sprouting the results you were wanting, okay? At least in August it's not, okay? Because here he's planted the seeds and he's looking lovingly at his crops thinking, wow, look at the labors, the efforts of my labors are sprouting fruition, right? Here it's in reverse. So there's something you put a lot of time and energy and effort into and it's just not sprouting those results you were expecting. And that's a blessing, I think, because Spirit's asking you to go to the next level, okay? You might have to go back to the drawing board a few times. It's a blessing that you'll see this and be like, I don't accept this. I think I can do a little better on whatever you're working through, okay? And because of this Lover's card, you're raising your vibration, all right? So that raises the standard of everything that you put effort into. And that's a good thing. We should always strive for our best self. Not, perfectionism, but our best self. And that's why that's a blessing in August. Also, though, we have the 7 of Wands in reverse. There's something you have to not fight about. Okay, like here he holds the stance of keeping everything at bay. Perhaps take the advice of others. Like it feels like this might be advice below and you're like, no, I got my own vision of how I want to do something. I don't need any external influence, but it's in reverse here. So I think Spirit is asking you to be open-minded to hearing other people's ideas about something to do with this 7 of Pentacles, because it's not sprouting the results you're looking for. So perhaps other people's talents might be able to help you strengthen whatever it is you're focused on. All right? And then with that becomes the 2 of Swords. You're going to be faced with a decision. So let's just take a look at this decision. Okay, so the first sword brings Sagittarius where? The Sun. Positivity, energy, higher vibration. She's gonging that bell there. Maybe some sort of completion when you gong the bell, or to grab your attention. Something brings you towards the light, towards your best self, okay? And the other way, whoop, 2 cards. Okay, the other way way brings you the Six of Cups in reverse. Bad memories or unhappy memories with regards to Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Bad memories by staying in your comfort zone, okay? Or repeated bad cycles, maybe not finishing projects, something to do with an uncomfortable reminder of the past, maybe how you've operated in the past and you've seen where you've gone wrong, and you're trying not to repeat that, right? But it has to do with the Queen of Pentacles. So, and again, she's all about her comfort zone. Wherever she's at, she needs to feel like her tried and true routine is always the same, okay? With regards to something artistic, I mean, she's painting here. Perhaps there needs to be a fresh perspective, okay? So again, one way brings you power, vitality, positivity. I feel like it gives you fresh eyes towards something. And the other way is an unfriendly reminder of staying in the comfort zone and not stepping out of that safe spot to experience a different way about going towards something, if that makes sense. Neither way is wrong. It's just, if you do tried and true, you know kind of where the result's going to be, because again, you're not exactly happy with the results so far. You need to go back to the drawing board with something, okay? But again, there's nothing wrong with staying in the same space. Just don't expect anything to get better or worse, okay? And again, this other way brings the sun, all right? But let's see what Spirit's advice is. What's your advice, Spirit, for Sag? Okay, so there's a very clear message with this Six of Swords, that you must move away from something, probably one path or another. You're going to have to move in one direction or another with this Queen of Swords. You're going to have to accept that there are positives and negatives and actions and reactions to either way that you choose, okay, Sagittarius? That's a very clear message. But also the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is Sagittarius in reverse. So being impulsive and just off to the next goal without really taking the time to weigh the pros and cons is not suggested here. You need to take your time with this, okay? And see what really works for you, because you've put a lot of energy, effort into something, and it's worth going back to the drawing board, because again, you have a lot of power and energy on your side in August, okay? You need to utilize it. I'm surprised the Wheel of Fortune didn't come up, because the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor with all this positivity for the overall energy, okay? And again, have an open mind. Either you're going to bestow some wisdom on someone else, or they might have wisdom for you on how to make this Seven of Pentacles be upright, okay? Don't fight it. Sag, don't fight it. Try to have an open mind. And that's not hard for you, but it's just a friendly reminder, okay? But don't act impulsively. Sagittarius sometimes just doesn't take the time because they just want to get on to the next thing, and you might miss some very important details, and you don't want to squander all this beautiful energy coming in for you to work with in August. Okay, so let's get you an old saying to wrap up the reading, Sag. What's a good old saying? Wow, it's so powerful. What's coming in for you? Really utilize that energy, Sag, okay? Of the lovers, the high priestess, the magician. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, not the goal. Isn't that what we were talking about? So again, there's nothing wrong with all this effort and energy that you put into some project or creativity or relationship, whatever it looks like for you. But if it's not working for you and you want to get back on track, as they say, don't fight it. Don't fight possible helpful people in your life. Change the plan. That's all that Spirit's asking of you. Try to tweak it. Make it so it does work for you. Again, you have that magician energy coming in. Utilize that. And also you got here, the soul would have no rainbow if the eyes had no tears. Oh wow, isn't that beautiful? So through these hard times, understand that you will get to your rainbow, but you might have to weather some tough times, going back to the drawing board, especially if you're going through a learning curve. Or again, the results aren't what you expect it to be. Don't be like, well, I throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. Try to fix it and understand that you will get your rainbow if you work at it, if you work hard enough at it, okay? And you have everything in your favor to help you in August, okay? Anyway, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this was helpful. I hope you got some insight into what August has to offer you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.